Cat in the Hat, eh? Am I right? What is this?
What's he doing?
I believe he took his cat to go vote for something really important.
Oh, is the cat running for president?
I hope so.
Mr. President?
Look at that guy. I'd vote
He
for him.
seems
I would
trapped, I
vote
don't
for
know.
him. He looks too
But he's a
what?
robot.
Oh.
I think he fell for the oldest trick in the book.
The box trick?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
Hate
we've all
when that
been there,
happens.
like,
Honestly, yeah. it
That's
happens
how
too
we
much.
got you here, actually.
Yeah, yeah. I was like, oh,
Remember
look at
that,
this
Matt?
box. Look at these cool cars. They're bouncing around. Wow. This guy was gonna.
He's got some eyebrows.
I talked to that guy over there, and he told me, don't come around here anymore.
Really? Because I talked to this guy and he told you to come there all the time.
Really? Dichotomy of man.
he's just testing your persistence.
What do you think of this
Maybe.
car?
That car is awesome. That's actually my dad's car. My dad owned that car.
Oh, like that specific one?
Yeah.
Did they like steal it? What happened?
Yeah, they took it from him. He was sleeping one day, and they just took it. And then my dad didn't really care. He's like, yeah, all right. It happens.
So they towed his car, and then he bought a new one?
My dad bought a new one, yeah.
You know you can just get it back, right?
What?
When they tow your car, you can get it back. You don't gotta buy another car.
Oh.
Wait, play that again. It looked like something crazy is gonna happen.
This is paranormal activity?
Yeah, I expected a jump scare there.
Yeah, look at this.
Let's go.
The grainy
It's a
makes
ring
it,
com.
it makes it
It
scarier.
really does. Wait, Charlie, get out of the way. There might be
Is
There he
something-
is.
What is that?
That's a bear.
That's a bear?
Oh my! Oh, it is a bear. Oh, look at him. He's
Whoa!
gallivanting throughout the home.
That's not a bear.
Maybe your last
Oh wait,
name
wait,
is
move,
Bear.
move.
Where?
Get down! Oh my gosh!
Oh,
Oh, he's just climbing out the window.
Sorry, it scared me. I thought it was
I think
real.
we both scared each other off, honestly.
Give him a little kiss.
Maybe. Yeah.
I heard they like kisses. Bears?
Bears?
Yeah.
I gave one a handshake once.
Do you think you could fight a bear?
Honestly, yeah. I could fight a bear.
Ah.
See?
Python versus bear, who wins?
Python versus bear. Python wins
Where
every
is
time.
he?
9 times
Oh,
out
I
of 10.
see him. He's next to you.
That's a woman.
If only we could see what this woman's saying. Or that one.
I can lip read.
Which
Charlie Harkins is really cool. Whoa. All right. Cool.
And she's saying to watch the interview show because there will be bears.
Yeah.
Oh, do you think? Oh,
Those are great stats.
I like that
Whoa.
they just enter the home. They don't attack. They just kind of chill
This
out.
is proof that you should just let them in your home. They're
Yeah.
cold,
Yeah.
they're hungry, just give them
nearly
a little
70 home
piece of
entries in
ham and then they'll leave
2022.
you alone.
Well,
Crazy.
Then they'll
there's
leave through the
actually a
window like
bear
that
in
other
all
guy.
your guys' homes. You should check during this break. Welcome back to Major Discussions.
Did you know dragging chains can spark a wildfire?
Only you can prevent wildfires.
When I was in foster care, I never knew when I would have to move, so I always had my suitcase ready to go. Then one day, I was adopted. My new parents opened their hearts and home to me. My parents cook my favorite breakfast for me every morning. My parents take me on trips I never thought I would go on. They gave me a home and an even better reason to use that suitcase. My parents aren't perfect, but they're perfect for me.
Hey there, I'm Al Roker, class of 76. Yes, way back in 76. Back when the Earth was cooling. You're watching WTOP.
I'll do it. Ooh, that was scary for a second.
Whoa! Who's this guy again?
What's his name?
I don't know.
Sean
Monkey.
Monkey?
Sean Monkey?
Sean Monkey?
Monkey.
Sean Monkey? Okay. Okay.
Is he your cousin?
My cousin?
No,
I
Matthew.
don't, oh, more like an acquaintance.
Acquaintance? How do you
Oh.
know him?
Ooh.
He's surely handsome.
He is, you know, he's got that defined jawline, like
Oh yeah, it's
a dream man.
kind of looks like Balloony.
Baloney.
Balloony?
Balloony.
Who's Balloony?
Yeah, who's Baloney?
You came up with a character on
you
your
can't
own?
introduce these characters like that.
From a famous TV show.
Family Guy?
No. Keep trying.
Ooh.
American Dad.
Cleveland
No.
Show.
Children's show.
Family Guy.
It's
I give up. Who is
it's
it?
Phineas and Ferb.
Ah.
I was trying to.
the triangle and the rectangle, those
boys.
guys?
Yeah, the rectangle and
Triangle,
triangle
rectangle.
boy. And then they've got like
Orange hair.
They've got a sister.
What was
Those
it?
are Wondrous
Candace.
Boys.
Oh, wait, hold on. I'm getting a call.
She screams.
Who's it from?
It's HR.
HR.
Huh?
It just said,
Uh-oh. Pick it up.
hello?
I didn't do anything.
I don't think I did it.
What
I
is
might
it?
have done
What do you think you did?
There's a few things.
There's a
He
few
said
things.
what?
What do I'm not.
Charlie, is
ashamed.
this true?
Charlie, what did you do?
I'm not sure.
You have to do something.
Charlie, what have you been doing ever since I gave you a smartphone?
I downloaded Twitter.
Oh
X.
no, come on.
That's the
Twitter.
only thing I have. Yeah.
He told you to
Yeah,
stay
I'll
off
pull
Twitter,
up a
Charlie.
couple. I'll call you back, I guess.
Charlie, who
yeah,
gave you
we'll
Twitter?
get it
Who
up
gave
real
you
quick.
permission?
It was the only app that allowed me to download something.
Oh.
Yeah.
We
Charlie,
need to
this
put
better be good, that's all I'm saying.
we need to put parental locks on Charlie's phone. What did you tweet, Charlie?
Is this you?
What?
Charloots?
Oh. People don't lock the bathroom door when using it is always in the blame. I don't feel bad for seeing you vulnerable.
You tweeted that?
Charlie, what do you have to say?
I feel that completely. That is who I am. These tweets.
So you're the guy that breaks into bathroom doors. I use bathrooms
do
I
you
don't wanna-
keep it unlocked?
sometimes.
You are a menace. To
I don't
this
think
world.
I ever lock the bathroom door.
You don't think you ever lock the bathroom?
If the bathroom door is shut, you knock.
Oh, absolutely not.
Are you a non-knocker?
I'm a non-knocker. If the bathroom door is open, I'm going right in.
If it's open, yeah, enter. That's deserved. But shut? That deserves a knock, Charlie.
That's not a knock. If it's a stall, sure, a knock. But if
You
it's like a
sure
lone
retweet a lot of
bathroom,
stuff.
if it's a lone bathroom, and I
What is the difference between a stall and a lone
a
bathroom?
lone bathroom is
Charlie, what am I reading?
is one door
Is there more?
and there's
There's
one
I can't.
toilet.
I've been scrolling for the past 5 minutes. It just doesn't end.
Charlie.
Oh, you're a fan?
5,972 posts. Is that real?
Yeah, and I downloaded.
I gave you the
what,
phone
yesterday?
like 2 days ago.
Yeah, yeah.
How much could you have possibly tweeted?
Charloots.
Who knew a greenhouse could be hot as? And then I left that one
What?
for interpretation.
Charloots.
Yeah.
I think there's something that we would have to
I think we
move.
have to have an intervention.
Move.
Charlie, you can't. For 3 likes.
Who's Marianne?
Is that your mom?
That's my mother. We found her on Twitter, and I think, what did she say there? She said,
Come on.
yeah.
She said, "Come on, man."
Yeah, come on, man. Yeah.
So
like
she
Joe
even
Biden.
she's disappointed too. You have a mother?
Happened by chance.
You don't get to pick your family, as they say, but
That's
you sure
true.
do get one. So.
That's true.
What's this, Charlie?
I just posted a picture of my face.
Oh my God.
You know, you kind of look like a Muppet.
That deserves me for the world's worst selfie.
Maybe like 45%. Muppet.
45%?
Glad you
Yeah.
got clean nostrils.
45%
Thank you.
Muppet.
What did you say, Emmy?
Yeah.
I'll take an Emmy.
Charlie, what gave you why do you think you have the right to post these things?
So that one, I was really, really angry that day, and I had to let out my frustration on
You can't be doing this, Charlie.
Charlie, not everyone deserves a voice, and you definitely fall in that category.
I can't express who I am.
What is
No.
this, Charlie?
Look at these raccoons.
How much does this cost? Did you buy these?
I did. Remember how much that burger cost?
I'll never forget.
How much was it? I don't remember.
8,000.
8,000. It was around that. I bought that.
Is
Are
this
they
where all the
alive?
money in our,
Do they
our
swim?
budget is going?
They swim?
They swim.
What,
that's
can
a
we
little
at
bit
least
worth
use
it.
it as a prop?
No. No, I don't want you
Did
to.
you name them?
Are they alive?
Ringo, Dingo, Blingo.
There
The
was
last one is,
4.
is
Name them?
Charlie, they're dead.
What?
Why would you buy dead animals?
What do you mean?
You know you can get those for free.
What do you mean they're dead? He said they were alive, that they swim around.
No, they're not.
I've seen them.
Look at them.
Have you ever seen them move?
They're paddling.
They can't move.
They're moving in that picture.
They don't move when I look at them.
What are they, the
They move
gremlins?
when you don't look at them?
Yes, they're just like the gremlins.
So we can't feed them. They can't move.
Yeah.
But they were somehow worth $8,000.
Yeah.
It is a cool boat.
Treat.
Charlie, I think we
It's a
need to
cool
ground
boat.
you for this.
What?
I think you're grounded. I think
What?
you have to go into
What
the
did I
corner.
I think we need to
do?
put you in internet jail for a little bit.
What?
Go in the
Don't
corner,
delete my
Charlie.
account.
Charlie,
What?
go in the corner.
No. Oh, come on. You got no fun. Oh.
That's all for today. Charlie's going into the corner.
Tonight on WTOP-10 Nightly News, a local piece of history is displayed again after a decade.
And the Red Cross is on campus looking for a different kind of donation.
Plus, a unique raffle is on campus to raise money for the Oswego community.
WTOP-10 Nightly News starts now.
Good evening and thank you for joining us. I'm Ed Lundquist.
And I'm Hazel Montalvo.
For the first time in a decade, the only Medal of Honor given to a woman will be on display in Oswego. Mary Walker was an Oswego local who won the Medal of Honor after the Civil War for her medical efforts. Walker received her initial medal as well as a revised one in 1904, which was stolen when it was put on display in Rome, leading to increased protection for the original.
The original medal has been in secret storage since 2012, but the Oswego County Historical Society has decided to put it on display exclusively for members. To see it, members will have to call 15 minutes ahead to reserve a time, after which they'll be escorted to the medal. The Historical Society has gotten offers from high-security museums to display the medal, but they're insistent on keeping the medal in Oswego. Mayor Billy Barlow held a ceremony to swear in new police officers and firefighters in the city of Oswego. The ceremony was also held to honor the promotions of several Oswego police officers and firefighters in their respective forces. Barlow announced the event on his X account, congratulating the first responders and thanking them for their service.
Today, residents of SUNY Oswego had the opportunity to give blood. The American Red Cross set up in room 132 of the Marano Campus Center in preparation to receive blood. According to ARC, more than 29,000 units of blood are needed per day. Oswego was just one of the estimated 500 blood drives each day that contributes, in total, over 4.6 million units of blood per year.
If you walk through the Marano Campus Center today, you may have noticed a basket raffle taking place in the halls.
WTOP-10 reporter Riley Jones has details on the event.
Annual Baskets for Caring fundraiser is one of the most successful and popular fundraisers on campus. The fundraiser includes 16 themed baskets up for raffle, each created by either a student, campus, or local community organization. Those interested can buy tickets to enter into the raffle and try their luck at winning various prizes. The baskets are raffled off, and the profits go to programs, events, and services in local underprivileged areas in the Oswego community. Shelley Sloan, who is running this year's event, spoke a little bit about the good that this fundraiser does for Oswego.
And the event overall raises from $3,000 to $4,000 or upwards of more. So it's a huge way to raise money to give back. So definitely, it's absolutely rewarding to be a part of this.
Tickets are $1 each, and tables will be open from 10 to 3 tomorrow. Just provide your name and phone number on the back of the ticket, and you can be eligible to win any of these prizes. The winners will be announced tomorrow at 3 p.m. For WTOP-10, I'm Riley Jones.
If anyone cannot make it to the Moreno Campus Center tomorrow or would like to use a credit card, tickets are also available online.
It was cold out today, right? It made the commute to classes much more difficult.
Let's take a first look at your forecast with Storm Team 10 meteorologist Cody Schilder.
Yes, well, temperatures are getting slightly warmer. They were cold the past couple of days, but we are seeing a slight warm up. The big question comes, will we see snow, and will the temperatures continue to go up or go down as we get towards the end of this week and towards the holiday week next week? And it's a big question because a lot of people are going to be traveling this weekend, college students and people going back home to different states between flights, driving trains. Any snow or anything could cause some huge disruptions into the traffic and travel for these holidays. And more on that later. Back to the desk.
After months of anticipation, the transformation of the Fulton Medical Center's campus is underway. Phase 1 of the rebuild started this morning with the demolition of some adjacent buildings in the area. Phase 2 is set to begin next fall, adding new buildings to the campus with state-of-the-art technology. The campus is expected to complete its transformation in late 2025. Missing person Alexander Powell has been found. Potsdam police informed the public at around 12:30 on Sunday morning that he had gone missing near the Syracuse suburbs of Syrco. Powell, who suffers from schizoaffective disorder, was marked as missing and vulnerable, possibly suicidal, and in need of medical care. As of yesterday, the Potsdam police says Alex has been located and is safe.
This morning, Governor Kathy Hochul announced an additional $7 million of state funding for state adoption-related services, bringing the total funding up to $29.8 million over the next 2 years. Hochul said that the funding is part of the state's ongoing commitment to New York children and will help more kids across the state find families and permanent homes. Hochul also issued a proclamation declaring November National Adoption Awareness Month in New York State, and directed state landmarks will be illuminated in white today in observance.
Yesterday, Governor Kathy Hochul announced the release of prospect cybersecurity regulations for hospitals across New York State. Hochul's budget allows for $500 million to be contributed towards upgrades in technology systems for healthcare facilities to combat the increasing threat of cyber attacks. The disruption caused by a cyber attack can range from simple changes to paper records to patient diversions, procedure cancellations, and worse. Once finalized, hospitals will have 1 year to comply with the new regulations.
Still ahead tonight, a horrible bus crash on I-70.
Plus, more updates on Israel and Gaza.
Hey there, I'm Al Roker, class of 76. Yes, way back in 76. Back when the earth was cooling. You're watching WTOP.
The Candlelight Show with Chloe and Anna. Like licorice, Twizzlers, absolutely nasty.
The thought of turkey is just nauseating.
I think you're wrong, is what I think.
You think I'm wrong a lot of time.
I do think you're wrong a lot.
When you look at the number of disasters in the U.S., chances are every area will deal with some kind of emergency in the next decade. And between school, sports, and social lives, chances are you won't be with your kids when it happens. Will they know what to do? Ready.gov/kids has the educational tools and information to make the conversation easy. When the time comes, chances are they'll feel prepared, not scared. So talk with your family today.
Put the keys down, Kevin. But I'm gonna drive home. There are several warning signs present that you shouldn't be driving. I guess I have really been looking for love in this dating app. Yep, I'm definitely gonna call a ride home.
All right, welcome back. With the holiday weekend and traveling coming back, let's look at the weather for the next few days, especially coming up with this weekend when many are going to start traveling back home, especially college students. So current conditions right now in Oswego, currently it's 36 degrees. The wind is calm, don't got to worry about much of a wind chill. The dew point is 31 degrees. The pressure is high, so that means we're having nice weather. Don't have to worry about any rain, snow, any of that. So now for your day planner for tomorrow. Tomorrow is going to see a nice warm up into the 50s with partly sunny. So you're going to have some sun in there in the day with light winds, not too bad. With little precipitation. So temperature trends over the next 8 to 14 days. We're going to see some cooler temps, especially as time goes across New England into Boston. Definitely cooler temps. New York, we don't have to worry about heat. So precipitation Wednesday and Thursday, we're not looking for any precipitation. But as we get to Friday, we start to see that chance of precipitation go up into Saturday and even into Sunday, which is going to cause some problems, especially with college students traveling back and people going back home for the holidays. Now for the 7-day, the next couple of days are warmer than average, and we're also going to have some sun for the next couple days, which is going to allow for some nice fun activities, some last chances to go outside and soak in the sun before we have a couple of days of rain and cooler temperatures. But luckily, there does not seem to be any chance for snow for this weekend, which is going to make traveling easier because we all know snow is not going to make traveling fun. By Monday and Tuesday of next week, we start to see the rain go away and sun come back out, but temperatures will remain cold still. Back to the desk.
A fiery crash near Columbus, Ohio today killed at least 3 people and left more than a dozen injured. 18 injured victims were transported to local hospitals. It happened on Interstate 70 and apparently involved a tractor-trailer and a charter bus carrying students. According to a Licking County official, the bus was carrying 57 people. They were traveling to Columbus, Ohio School Boards Association conference.
Thousands of people crowded the nation's capital today in support of Israel and to denounce anti-Semitism. Israeli President Isaac Herzog addressed the crowd gathered on the National Mall for a March for Israel through a live video feed. He said they are united in marching for those who are being held hostage by Hamas and for the right of every Jew to live safely in the U.S. The event comes amid the surge of anti-Semitic incidents in the U.S. and the wake of the ongoing war between Israel and Hamas.
There is a growing anger in the Arab world against the United States due to the strong support for Israel's deadly military campaign in Gaza. That's according to American diplomats who have issued stark warnings to President Joe Biden's administration. Biden has been undergoing pressure domestically and abroad over U.S. support of Israel, sparked by images of destruction in Gaza and the humanitarian crisis in the region. The administration has resisted calls for a ceasefire, but officials have worked to ramp up aid going into Gaza and pushed for humanitarian pauses to allow more assistance to follow into Gaza and allow civilians to flee from fighting. The White House said Thursday that Israel had agreed to move forward with daily 4-hour pauses of military operations in areas of northern Gaza.
Congress has 3 days left to pass a funding bill to avoid a government shutdown. The new House Speaker has a plan to do just that.
But he might need bipartisan support for it. CNN Amy Kiley has more.
Amy Kiley, Apple Valley News Now. Amy Kiley, Local 10 News. Amy Kiley, KITV4 Island News. Amy Kiley, WBTV on your side. Amy Kiley, 16.
With the possibility of government shutdown just a few days away and the world amid war and chaos, pressure to pass the vote is on rise.
Asian longhorn ticks are spreading across the U.S. Researchers say the invasive species arrived in 2017, but they are now sounding the alarm after 3 cows in Ohio died from tens of thousands of bites. According to an analysis published in the Journal of Medical Entomology, scientists gathered nearly 10,000 ticks in just 90 minutes at the cow pasture. In addition to Ohio, the invasive species has been spotted in 18 other states. Researchers say the ticks can reproduce quickly, hide in tall grass, and survive in harsh conditions. It's still unclear whether they can pass diseases to humans, but they appear to be less attracted to human skin. When WTOP-10 nightly news continues, some issues with your holiday shopping, but you can get McDonald's with an extra surprise on your way home. Eric. There is glare on the teleprompter.
Jill told me it was Kitty from Glee. Yeah, what is it?
Al Roker.
We're here for you, this is your channel too. With sports and news and what to do, we're here for you. It's your TV, you're watching WTOP. Your TV, thanks for watching WTOP.
What's going on?
Yeah, dude, we go on at like 11:30. It's like
No.
What do you mean no?
It's 10:30.
10:30?
Yeah, it's 10:30.
What do you mean it's 10:30? Hey, don't touch that. That's my ladder.
Hey, man.
Whoa. You know this book was already discounted 10%?
Wow. Get a close up of that one.
Matthew,
Broadcast news.
Look at that.
Can we go back inside? I want to sleep in the studio again.
In consumer news,
X-band Fifth Harmony was correct. You don't gotta go to work, because companies are hiring less workers. Job services firm Challenger, Gray, and Christmas reports that holiday hired work will be the lowest it's been in a decade. Wall Street Journal also reports that a 40% drop in seasonal work hires since 2021. Bad news for students looking for a job back home over the winter break.
having trouble with the self-checkout not reading your produce? So are other people, leading stores like Walmart, Costco, Wegmans, and other chains to rethink self-checkout. Some find the self-checkout to be impersonal and slow, as well as the fact that it makes shoplifting a lot easier. Stores have had a higher merchandise loss since the implementation of the self-checkout.
Corinne Kai-Fu reports a warning from the Consumer Product Safety Commission about various hazards that can happen during the holidays, even in your own home.
Dramatic demonstrations to underscore how the season of lights and wonder can bring household hazards. The Consumer Product Safety Commission releasing a new report about fires and injuries related to holiday decorating, cooking, and more.
How the unthinkable can happen in an instant. Fires involving Christmas trees and candles are far too frequent in this holiday season.
The CPSC says an average of 1,600 cooking fires take place on Thanksgiving Day, more than 3 times the daily average. CPSC says to stay close while food is on the stove or in the oven, and place a turkey fryer far from the house, never on the porch or in the garage. The The CPSC also reports nearly 15,000 people were treated in hospital emergency rooms last holiday season between November and January due to decorating-related injuries. More than 40% of those injuries involved falls. And a dry tree is a more flammable tree. A live Christmas tree needs plenty of water, and check for broken light bulbs and frayed wires regularly. When it comes to holiday toys,
When you're buying toys, making sure they're age appropriate, because we do see a lot of injuries associated with small parts for children.
CPSC did say their researchers observed a downward trend from 2015 to 2022 in toy-related injuries for children 14 years and younger. In Washington, I'm Karen Kafa.
Make sure to stay safe this holiday season because a hurt holiday is certainly not a happy one.
Have you ever gone out for Friendsgiving and take the bill and everyone Venmos you later? Now you don't have to individually request money from people with the new feature being rolled out by Venmo that allows you to create groups up to 30 people so you can easily split the money amongst the group. This feature will be widely available in the coming weeks.
Missing Croctober? Grieve no longer as Crocs and McDonald's team up for garments and accessories inspired by McDonald's characters. There's purple Grimace socks and sandals, yellow and pink birdie socks and clogs, black and white Hamburglar clog, a classic red and yellow clog, and of course charms. All of these can be bought on the Croc website or at the Croc store.
Coming up in sports, we have Zach Malamud.
Zach Malamud, can you give us a quick preview?
Hey guys, stay tuned for the latest sports news. Oswego has a new head athletic trainer and a star receiver ends up behind bars. All that and more next.
We're here for you, we're here for you. This is your channel 2. With sports and news and what to do, we're here for you. It's your TV, you're watching WTOP. Your TV, thanks for watching WTOP. Back to WTOP. I'm your sports guy. Let's get right into it. SUNY Oswego has a new head athletic trainer. The former assistant, Elise Fitzsimmons, received the promotion she deserved. Assistant Vice President and Director of Intercollegiate Athletics, Wendy McManus, announced the promotion of Fitzsimmons to head athletic trainer effective immediately. Fitzsimmons was hired in 2012 as the Lakers' assistant athletic trainer after serving as the head athletic trainer at SUNY Cobleskill for 4 years. The East Rochester native is beyond thrilled to have received this promotion and plans to make the most of it. The Lakers men's hockey team will look to keep the good times rolling when they travel to SUNY Brockport to take on the Golden Eagles. Oswego
has had a great start to the season and will look to reach 4 straight wins. The Lakers have played great on both sides of the ice, scoring an average of 4.4 goals per game while only allowing 2.4 goals per game. It's sure to be an exciting match. Puck drop is set for Saturday at 7 p.m. Monday is a day that Zay Jones wishes he could forget. Jacksonville's receiver was arrested Monday and charged with misdemeanor domestic battery after an argument with the mother of his child resulted in an injury to her neck. According to an arrest and booking report, per the arrest report, the woman said Jones became upset because she was planning on taking their child back to Orlando. Jones was released from Duval County Jail on Tuesday. The Jaguars have no further comments on the matter. The Cleveland Browns received some positive news earlier today. Browns All-Pro running back Nick Chubb underwent a second scheduled surgery Tuesday to repair ligament damage in his left knee. Cleveland announced that the surgery performed by head team physician James Voos was a success, and Chubb's ACL was repaired. Chubb underwent his first surgery in September, where he repaired his medial capsule, meniscus, and MCL. The Browns reiterated that Nick Chubb should be able to return to the team sometime in the 2024 season. It took 2 field goal tries in the waning seconds of the game, but Will Lutz of the Denver Broncos was able to send a 36-yard field goal through the uprights and give his team a huge upset win over the struggling Buffalo Bills. The Broncos have now won 3 straight and 4 of their last 6 games, since falling to the Miami Dolphins 70-20. The Bills continue to struggle, having lost 4 of their last 6, while Josh Allen leads the league with 11 interceptions. Dallas Cowboy fans received some unfortunate news earlier today. Leighton Vander Esch, a star linebacker in the NFL, is out for the rest of the 23 season with a neck injury. Vander Esch was eligible to come off injured reserve this week, but he still showed lingering symptoms from the original neck injury that he suffered against the 49ers. He has a history of neck issues from past seasons, so this is not a good sign. The linebacker's future in the NFL is uncertain. Remember Chili's famous baby back ribs jingle? Well, it's making a comeback.
The chain has hired R&B group Boyz II Men to sing an updated version in a new campaign advertising it.
It's a nod to the misconception that many people thought the group recorded the original single.
The song was last used in the mid-2000s. Chili's says the latest version doesn't stray too far from the original. So, yeah, guys, be sure to check out the Lakers on Saturday at 7. It's sure to be a great hockey game, and, I mean, if you're still here, I mean, I know everyone's going home for break, but if you're able to make it, you should definitely go to that game.
And Luke, I'm so sorry for misintroducing you. That is totally my bad.
Hey, man.
Sorry.
It's all good.
It's been a rough week already.
We're all struggling.
Final word?
All right, the next 2 days are going to look nice and sunny with temperatures in the 50s, which is going to be perfect to go out and finish any last-second chores outside, such as raking leaves and getting ready for snow when it comes in the next couple of weeks. Are you guys ready for snow?
No.
Not really. Not up here, no.
It's just kind of
not looking forward to it.
Kind of have to accept it. But.
Thank you all so much for watching, and have a great night.
Thank you.
La 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 la, la 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 la, freeze.
I want to eat apples and bananas. I need to eat apples and bananas. Why can't I eat apples and bananas?
Support the Feeding America nationwide network of food banks to help provide meals to those in need. Join us at feedingamerica.org.
we'll deep dive into our feelings in our Real Talk segment. Stay tuned because it's about to get real.
And it could be your last chance to see one occur for 2 decades, as the next time one will be visible over the continental U.S.
He's May 84. Yarrow told police in the hospital that he had pressed the doorbell and waited.
They mix with oxygen and nitrogen and become briefly
Episode 2 of Port City Rising. My name is Alex Brooks. Alongside me is Garrett Chan. Garrett, we got a packed show here today. Why don't you tell the audience a little bit about what we have on tap?
Certainly will, Brooks. We got a pretty fantastic show in store for tonight. I know last show we talked about doing potential vlogs of different locales and landmarks across the Port City, but that will have to wait for a future episode sometime down the road. But for today, we got 2 very special guests from the Oswego State men's hockey team joining us tonight, and I'm super pumped for that.
I'm pumped too, Garrett. I am very excited of what we have today. We have the opportunity to interview them, and coming up on Port City Rising, we will have that exclusive interview with Oswego State men's hockey seniors Noah and Shane Bull. You won't want to miss it here on WTOP-10.
If you need to do something to feel okay to drive, you're not okay to drive. Don't drive buzzed.
Shine on that black.
Look at the bling. Do we got a diamond tester on? Yeah, that's getting bad. Yep.
10 out of 10 recommend on Yelp.
We're going to the playoffs. I can't believe I missed that. Every time I'm buzzed, I spend too much time on my phone. What? I should take your phone away. No. I'll call for a ride. Hey, why does my face look like that? I'm playing with these new face filters. Okay, you know what? Yep, that's mine. But I need that back. No. Kevin!
Welcome back to Port City Rising. We are joined by some very special guests from Brooklyn, Ontario, Canada, senior Oswego State hockey forwards Noah and Shane Bull. Guys, how are you doing?
Good, thanks for having us on.
Yeah, like Shane said, thanks for having us. It's going to be exciting tonight. So.
Well, we're very excited to interview you guys. You guys just came off of a victory against King's College. Tell me a little bit about that.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun. Going back to preseason, I mean, we've been going at it since the beginning of August prior to leaving for our trip to Italy. So it's been a long preseason, but it was fun to get back in front of the fans at the Deb.
Yeah, like Shane said, obviously our first preseason game. I think we did a lot of things good that game, but it's great to be back. I know, like he said, we had Italy. That was kind of like a preseason. But yeah, it's good to be back in the swing of things, and really excited for next weekend and obviously the season coming up. So.
Yeah, that's awesome. So how did it feel to be back on the ice this season in front of those fans? I know there wasn't a lot of fans as there usually are, but how did it just feel to just be back on the ice with the team?
Like our team says, I think we have like the best fans in college hockey, so it was awesome. We have a great Blue Line club. They help us out so much, so that's great too, before and after games. And it's just great to be back in the room and playing in front of everyone. There's nothing like it, so it's really good to be back.
Now, Noah, I was watching from afar. We were streaming the game on YouTube, catching you guys facing King's College on Saturday. Could you take me into the 2 goals you scored during that game? Kind of just your overall vision when you were out on the ice and making those 2 scores.
Yeah, so my first goal, it was actually off a face-off play. My winger, AJ, came down the wall, and I kind of slid up high slot, and I saw an opening, so I kind of got a quick shot off, and luckily I saw below his, I believe it was his glove, so I was able to get a shot off quick. And then, for my second one, the puck was dumped in. I was able to get the loose puck by their defender, and I just did a quick wraparound, and as you can see, I was just able to get a 5-hole, and that's pretty much it. So,
truly excellent stuff. You guys are absolute wizards on the ice. I bet if I take a step on the ice, I'd probably be slipping, just going for a swing of the puck, and I fall and slide. But that's neither here or there.
Yeah, definitely. So take me. Well, actually, I'll go to a question about the goals for this season for both of you. I know that it's your senior year, it's your last year, maybe the last year here for your Oswego college career. Just tell me into what a goal for yourself and then also the goal for the team.
Yeah, personally, I feel like the team goals are bigger than the personal goals, but also your personal goals help the team. So for me, it's just showing up to the rink every day with a smile on my face, bringing a positive attitude and just being there for the guys. But when it comes to team goals, I know Noah can talk about this too, but it's kind of the same goals we've had in mind for the past 2 years, which is to win a SUNY championship, and from there, obviously become a national champion. So I think we put a lot of preparation and hard work into this preseason. So I think this year we can get it done, but it starts with every game and having the right attitude.
Yeah, just to add on to what Shane said, obviously our goal this year as a team is to win the SUNY. As you know, the past 2 years we made it to the finals. We're just really close. We just got to get past that hump. But we've really had a hard off season and preseason, which I think will pay dividends later in the season. And then just for a personal goal, like Shane said, obviously the team comes first. But for me, it's just kind of rebound and go off of how I did last year. Just bring the same energy and everything I did last year. That's pretty much for me, just to help the team win. So
awesome. You were talking about last year and how you were playing in front of this crowd. Whiteout Part 2. Weren't able to get the job done. Tell me into what the feeling of last year went with that game.
It was kind of pity. It's not what we wanted. Obviously, it was a close game, it being 2-1, and we scored a goal with 30 seconds left, I believe. But it wasn't the result we wanted, but the atmosphere of the whole game was something I'll always remember. Obviously, we wanted to win, but I think that'll put a lot of pressure into us going into this year against Plattsburgh again, obviously in the whiteout game, and potentially even seeing them in the finals again. So I think it'll be good.
Yeah, Shane, he summed it up perfectly. Like you said, the whiteout 2.0, that was awesome. Fans brought a lot of energy. It was disappointing. We kind of felt bad that we didn't get the win for our fans, but I think this year's the year. So like Shane said, just keep on doing what we're doing this year, and hopefully we'll get a better outcome.
The optimism and momentum certainly high. Kind of just going back to last season, you guys were just very strong throughout. You guys came out of the gate strong, able to have that sustained success. So last season, what was some things you guys learned, not just as a team, but as players, as you took the ice, faced these really tough opponents down the stretch?
Yeah, I think the biggest thing from last year was just the whole part of being consistent. When you think about every game's important, and you should play like it's your last. That being last year, we lost a couple games that we shouldn't have, and that potentially did lower our risk at getting a bid to the national championship. So I think just going with the mindset of being ready to go for every game and playing it like it's your last with a full 60, I think that's something we have to focus on this year.
Yep. You just got to treat every game the same, no matter who your opponent is. That's Coach Ed and Coach John tell us every game. That's something we really got to focus on this year. And like Shane said, consistency. We have a really short season. It goes by really fast, so every game matters, especially when you're trying to get a bid and obviously win the SUNYAC. So, yeah, we just got to bring the same effort and intensity every game this year. So that's something we definitely learned.
Absolutely.
Yeah, absolutely. What game, right? There's, you're facing off against all these games this year. You know you have Plattsburgh, you know you have Jenny, you know you have Buff State. What is the one game that you're circling on your schedule? I feel like I already know, but I'm just going to ask, what game are you circling on your schedule this season?
I think for me, it's our home opener against Hobart. Obviously, they were the national champions last year, and obviously that's our first one of the year. So that will kind of set the pace to see where we are at as a team. And I think Coach Ed's fired up about it, as we should be. So I think that's the one I think I'm going to circle.
Yeah, that's an obvious answer too. But something for me and Shane, actually, a game we have circled is a game we have in Christmas against Concordia, University of Wisconsin. Our oldest brother Tanner, that's his old school. He played there, so that'll be a pretty special game. I know Tanner and our other brother Chris were huge in us in becoming to play hockey and becoming hockey players. So that'll be a pretty special game for us. So.
Yeah, that's awesome. I know that I was kind of surprised that you weren't saying Plattsburgh, because obviously from last year, but yeah, definitely. What is your expectations for this season?
Yeah, I'll start it off. I think we have pretty big expectations this year. As you guys know, we have a really big senior class this year, so I think with all the experience we have this year and just the core group of guys we have some great leaders on our team. The coaches have really instilled a really good culture this year as well. So I think we have really big expectations this year, and hopefully we get a different outcome. So.
I know, like at the start of the season, right now with the preseason action going on, there's always this optimism. There's always a lot of positivity in the air. So right now, just what's the team morale? What's it like in the locker room? How are you guys getting on each other's nerves? How are you guys push each other's buttons? Obviously, in a playful sense.
Like Noah said, I mean, we are a very veteran team. I think there's 15 seniors, I believe, or something like that. But it's just we have swagger, obviously, but we're also very humble, and we believe in one another. So I think this year, it's just like I said, to take it game by game, day by day, practice by practice, and just continue to get better every day.
Yeah. Also, I think a lot of the guys, when we come to the rink, we all have smiles. We're happy to be there. We have a really great facility here. We love coming here. We're really fortunate, and we're very thankful for that. So, yeah, it's always fun coming to the rink, and I think that really translates to like the off-ice culture and on-ice, how we're so tightly knit together. So I think that really helped us this year.
Awesome. I know that there's a lot of new players that are coming in. Who do you feel will make a first-day impact out of all those new players, or someone who's returning?
Well, I think you could go around the whole room and look at each individual and say that they could bring something to the table for our team. But personally, for me, the player I'm most excited about is probably Thurston Francis. Obviously, last year with what he went through, having to miss the entire season due to his Achilles getting injured. So I'm excited for him, and I know he's had a very good offseason. So I'm looking forward to what he brings to our D-corps this year, and I think he'll do exceptionally well.
Yeah, a lot of the new guys we got this year, either transfers or freshmen, they're great. They fit in really well. Obviously, everyone will help our team this year, so I'm really excited for all of them to see what they can do this year as well. So, yeah, like Shane said, I think you can go around the room, everyone can bring something, so it should be a really fun year.
You certainly talked about the young guys certainly getting their feet wet into the Oswego men's hockey program. But let's go on a little time machine for you guys. Kind of go a little bit a few years back. When it comes to Oswego, what was the thing that stuck out? What made you choose the shores of Lake Ontario?
Yeah, throughout our junior hockey career, we always kind of had Oswego circled on our radar of schools to come to, obviously because there's a lot of alumni that we knew of prior that came to this school. I believe one of the names was, I could be wrong, but Chris Raguzzo. He was a defenseman here. He played for the Whippy Fury, as we did. So he always, well, I think we reached out to him a couple times, and he always told us that this was a good spot. And another big thing just being that it's close to home. It's only 4 hours away from us. So obviously our family and friends can come down for weekend games and come support us. So.
Yeah, obviously those are two big reasons for me as well. I think a lot of the reasons we came here for me and Shane are the same. But also when we visited, obviously what we have here is awesome. We're really thankful for it. But also when we came to visit, when we first met Coach Ed, Coach Whitelaw, Elise, our trainer, Everyone here was super nice. Grazo as well. They were awesome, super kind. And going around campus, we just loved the smaller campus. The people here were awesome too. So it just seemed like the perfect fit. I think right when we visited, I think we kind of made our choice right away, Shane. So yeah, those are the reasons why we came here.
And it's awesome that you guys are brothers and you're going to the same school and you're playing on the same ice. That's awesome. What is something that you would say as, the welcome to Oswego hockey moment? There's always that moment where, for students it's welcome to Oswego, but especially for you guys, welcome to Oswego moment.
I think for me, I think it was 2 years ago. I think it was our first preseason game. I was fortunate enough to get the first goal of the season. Obviously, it wasn't the prettiest goal, but I think it went off my skate or something. But that was kind of eye-opening for me, and it was a pretty packed game, so that was cool to see. But I think another thing would be obviously our first whiteout game with that atmosphere. I think that was something that was exciting and something that I'll always remember.
Yeah, I think I have to go with Shane there. The whiteout games, there's nothing like it. It's so special. I remember seeing all the white towels or shirts in the stands, just the fans going crazy. It was awesome. So I'll definitely remember that for sure. Each year it's always great seeing those games, being in them. So this year those games will be awesome too. So
you guys talked about the rowdy Oswego faithful. If you had to narrow it down to one word to describe the fans of the Oswego State Lakers, what would that be?
I would have to say rowdy.
Rowdy.
Yeah.
There you go.
I'd have to say just one of a kind. They're awesome. That's what I would say.
There you go.
Yeah.
Oh, awesome. As you guys go on the road and play all of these different opponents and go to different venues, what do you think separates Oswego from all the other teams this season?
You want to hop in here?
Yeah, I can go. I think.
Yeah, I know. I'm putting you on the spot here.
You put him on the spot.
I apologize.
No, I think for us, something that's really going to set us apart this year, I mentioned earlier, just our off-ice training. We have an awesome strength and conditioning coach, Mark. He provides us these programs that really stick to them throughout the summer and throughout the preseason. And I think Shane can attest to it. It really pays dividends. We feel faster, stronger. A lot of the guys have really taken their diet seriously this year as well as in the classroom. So I think, although it's not directly related, I think it'll really help us out this year and kind of set us apart.
Awesome. Well, thank you guys for sitting down with us, but it's going to be enough of just us talking. Let's have some fun as we'll put the Bull Brothers Oswego hockey knowledge to the test. Don't go anywhere. You're watching Port City Rising on WTOP-10.
Say, President Stanley, whenever there's bad weather, who would you turn to?
I'd turn to Storm Team 10.
No, but you've got to say it like this. Storm Team 10. Say it with me. Storm Team 10.
Roll it.
Jill told me it was Kitty from Glee. Yeah, what is it?
Al Roker.
Welcome back to Port City Rising. We are joined by two members of the Oswego State men's hockey team, senior forwards Noah and Shane Bull. Now we enter the fun, entertaining part of the show. Is that right, Brooks?
Oh yeah, I'm very excited for this. I'm hoping you guys can be excited. We're gonna get into some Oswego trivia right here. So I'll ask the first question. When was the last time the men's team won a SUNY title, and who did they defeat? Shane.
I want to say 2013 Plattsburgh State.
You got the year, you didn't get the opponent. It wasn't Plattsburgh. Noah, do you got one?
He got the year. Was it Geneseo?
It was Geneseo. 2013 Geneseo.
1 point for Noah.
1 point for Noah. So the second question, who made the lone shot for the Lakers in the SUNY Championships last season against the Plattsburgh State Cardinals? Yeah.
Tommy Cahill.
Tommy Cahill. That was correct.
All right, let's do question number 3. We're all tied up here at 1. When was Coach Gosick's first year as a head coach? Noah.
I want to say 1989.
No, it wasn't. It wasn't. He might have been a assistant coach, but he wasn't the head coach in 1989. Yeah.
2009.
Nope, it wasn't 2009. You guys can keep.
We're rapid fire here.
Good rapid fire. You can keep asking, or you can keep.
Head coach. I want to say maybe like 1999 then.
Close.
1998.
The other way.
2000.
Nope.
1997.
Nope.
2001.
Close.
2002.
Keep
2003.
going.
Oh boy.
Oh wow, you guys got it at the same time. All right.
Let's give them both the point.
Let's give them both the point. All right.
Sorry, Eddie.
You guys are still all tied up. All right. So next question. What year did the Deborah F. Stanley Arena open? Yeah.
2010.
Was it 2010? No.
You wrote the question.
No, it was not 2010.
I'll take a guess.
Yeah.
2007.
Close. Very close.
2008.
The other way?
2006.
Yep, 2006. All right.
All right. Last chance for Noah to tie things up. We talked about John Whitelaw earlier. What years did he play as an active member of the Oswego State Lakers?
I don't know if this is right. 07 to 2007 to 2011.
Very, very close on that one. Not exactly.
Would it have to be 1 year up, 2008 to 2012?
Still very close. Very close here. You guys are right on it.
2009 to 2013.
Yes.
Yeah, okay,
Got
that
it.
was one of those.
All right. Shane wins this round of the festivities. All right, let's do some Wordle. So the way this game goes is right here I have 3 players down on my paper, both from the men's and women's Oswego State hockey team. So what you guys are going to do, you can start off with their year, they go to position, guess their name, and then we'll just rapid fire from there. All right? So let's start off with number 1 from the men's hockey team. Let's start with year. See how well you guys know your fellow teammates.
He's
Can you,
number
like-
1?
What was that?
You say he's number 1?
Like number or I'm just doing it based off their class, so freshman, sophomore, junior, senior. So let's go with that.
Junior.
No.
Freshman.
No.
Senior.
No.
Sophomore.
Not sophomore. All right. Forward. So maybe that will narrow it down just a little bit.
I'll let you go first here.
Forward, sophomore.
No way, if you know it, you could just jump right in.
Yeah, you can.
Take a shot in the dark here. Connor Gato.
No.
Nope.
Brett Fudger.
Yes.
There it is.
So the first point goes to Shane. Now let's go to the second player on the men's hockey team. Go right ahead.
Senior.
No.
Freshman.
No.
Junior.
No. Got another sophomore.
Sophomore.
Okay. Matthew McQuaid.
No.
Kyle Shell.
No.
Connor Gato.
No.
think here.
No, you got to get back in this
I
game
know.
here.
Shane's beating me by a lot. Trying to think here.
Brandon Milberg.
No. Good guess.
I was about to guess.
Jonathan Bala.
No.
What am I missing here? Come on, no, you gotta chime in here.
I know. I'm thinking. I got my thinking cap on.
Initials are, I'm pretty sure that this will give it away, but initials are DS.
Oh, Drake Semrad.
There you go.
Yeah.
Sorry, Sam.
All right, last player for the men's hockey team. Let's start with the year.
Senior.
Yep.
Ooh, there's
There's a lot of seniors.
Yeah.
Quinn Warmouth.
No.
Tyler Flack.
No.
Rocco Andriaki.
No.
Connor Sleeth.
Bingo.
Ah, there it is.
There you go. Noah's on the
I'm
board.
I'm on the board.
So that does it for the men's side. Now let's go to the women's ice hockey team. Let's start with number 1. So go right ahead.
Senior.
No.
Junior.
No.
Sophomore.
No. So we got a freshman.
Freshman. Whew, I don't know.
Can we ask like position?
Yeah.
Forward.
No.
D.
Yes.
I'm not familiar with all the names, so I'm gonna have to think here.
Defenseman, freshman.
I might need a hint.
First name starts with an H.
Man, why'd you have to stump him like this? Come on.
This was probably the hardest one. I asked Brummer, our VPB guy, to give me a number for their uniforms, and that was the one that came up. So Helen Van Dam was was the first one. So let's go to number 2.
Junior.
Yes.
Forward.
No.
Defenseman.
Yes.
Lauren Schill.
Bingo. First.
Oh,
Wow.
It's all tied up,
Yeah.
I believe.
Alright.
This is for everything.
It's for all the marbles here.
All the marbles.
All the marbles.
Let's do it.
Final player. Let's go number 3.
Senior.
Yep.
Sophia Kirikakis.
No.
Rachel Corbett.
No.
Ashley McGrath.
No.
Forward.
No.
Defenseman.
Defenseman, obviously, or goalie?
No.
Goalie.
Goalie. Lexi.
No. No, you said the name earlier, and it has a similar first name, but almost there.
Almost there. Let me think.
I don't know the other goalies' names. So. I'm trying to think, though.
You know what? I'll just give it to you guys. Rachel Brace.
Okay. Oh, okay.
But we're at a tie right now.
We are at a tie.
So I have one player in my mind right now. Let's do it really quickly. So go right ahead. Men's ice hockey team.
Senior.
Just say the name. Rapid fire.
Okay. Connor Smart.
He read my mind.
I'm the winner.
Wow.
Shane Bull took
He
it.
read my mind. That's crazy.
Wow. Yeah.
That's phenomenal.
Wow.
Not only can he absolutely kill it on the ice, but he's also a great mind reader. But I mean, once again, thank you guys for joining us on Port City Rising. We had a blast. Any lasting thoughts for Oswego's faithful before you guys head out?
No, I just want to thank you again for having us on. We had a blast, and you guys do a great job here, so I appreciate it.
Yeah. Thanks for having us on. This was a lot of fun. Sorry we got stumped a little bit on the questions there.
It's also a little bit my fault.
Yeah, it's part of our faults, but
no, but yeah, this was great. And to the faithful, best fans we have, go Lakers, and can't wait to see you at the Deb.
Could have not said it any better.
I couldn't have said it any better either.
That does it for episode 2 of Port City Rising. Once again, huge thank you to Shane and Noah Bull for taking time out of their Tuesday and joining us on the show. Be sure to catch Noah, Shane, and the rest of the Oswego State men's hockey team this Saturday as they host Alvernia University for some preseason action. And on Friday, October 27th, the Lakers kick off the 2023-2024 hockey campaign against Hobart College here at the Deb. For myself, Brooks, and our amazing crew, thank you for watching Port City Rising. Catch us on Halloween for our very next episode.
Hey there, I'm Al Roker, class of 76. Yes, way back in 76. Back when the earth was cooling. You're watching WTOP.
The Kind of Late Show with Chloe and Anna. Like licorice, Twizzlers, absolutely nasty. The thought of turkey is just nauseating.
I think you're wrong, is what I think.
You think I'm wrong a lot of times.
I do think you're wrong a lot.
When you look at the number of disasters in the U.S., chances are every area will deal with
Welcome into another edition of Laker Connections, featuring constant arguments with a side of sports discussions. Once again, I'm Thomas Turgeon.
And I'm Jared Wakefield. Thomas lured me away from Super Dirt Week so we can bring you everything you need to know about Laker sports.
Well, needless to say, we are not ones to dishonor tradition, so let's not make the world go crazy. Jared, let's recap this past week in Laker sports, and needless to say, it was a rather positive one for Oswego State athletics, so take it away.
It was certainly positive for Oswego State volleyball, Thomas, as the Lakers not only won 3 matches, but in sweeping fashion. The Lakers worked the brooms until the bristles fell out at Maxfield Gymnasium on the Buffalo State Bengals and the Fredonia Blue Devils over the weekend. The Lakers then returned for a pink out last night where they swept the Wells Express back to Aurora, New York. Last night's win is the 11th in a row for the Toby Wren squad. Last year, everyone was touting the potential for next year's Lakers squad, Thomas. I think that potential is being realized.
I still believe the Toby Wren's effect is in full force because, I mean, you think about it, it wasn't even close in the Buffalo State game. 2 sets that were 25-18, one that was 25-17, so it wasn't even close. 39 aces and 39 kills for this Lakers team against Buffalo State. Fredonia, a little more competitive, but this is a team that I believe was like 1-11 going into the game against the Lakers. Simplicio, 13 kills. Fiorentine not too far behind her with 12. So this team is on a roll. 11 you mentioned in a row for the Lakers. That's tied now for 4th, I believe, or is knocked out 4th in program history, which was previously set at 9 going into this past weekend. So you look at the Lakers right now, they're rolling. I mean, the club volleyball team was there last night against Wells. It was an electric atmosphere.
Yeah, and I mean, it was a great night for them as well. They had a team in Wells coming in, a non-conference opponent. They were 7-4, I believe, coming in, left 7-5, and Oswego took care of them pretty quick, 25-15 first set. Wells came back in that second set, scared them a little bit, but the Lakers got it done in regulation, 25-23. Last set, 25-16. So Wells really not getting a good opportunity to come at Oswego at all. 38 kills for Oswego as a team, 25 for Wells. 15 aces for Oswego. They were great on the service all day long. Cara Simplicio, 12 kills overall. Just a great team effort overall. McKenna Corbin, 5 of those aces.
Most definitely a dominant performance for the Lakers. But we will keep moving along with some men's soccer where Dan Kane and company went up to the North Country to go bear hunting in Potsdam. They would come back home rather successful, winning by a score of 6-0, which followed into a gritty contest against Geneseo that resulted into a draw by final score of 2-2. Jared, the Lakers have only gotten 1 conference win all season, but out of the 5 they have played, and it's starting to add up, and it's rather concerning.
It is rather concerning, but hey, if you're going to get a conference win, you might as well do it by 6 goals. And take a look at stats here. Andre Berjuli, he has stepped in for Matt Darpino in net. A 105 goals average against 13 saves on the year, an .813 save percentage. So Berjuli having a great start to his year. He had a lot of limited experience at the start of the year. He takes over for Darpino. He's been great. Obviously, pitched that shutout against Potsdam. Against Geneseo with that tie, he had 5 saves, and one of those non-saves was on a free kick call that a lot of people weren't sure, but that was the way the refs called the game. Geneseo took advantage, and overall, a pretty solid week, at least some improvement. The Lakers going 1-0-1. I don't think you can complain too much. It's not ideal, but it's a step in the right direction.
It's a step in the right direction, but you definitely need to look closer towards a positive mindset, and that be winning, because Oswego has struggled to find the win column recently in the SUNYAC. I mean, you talk about Potsdam. It was 1-0 at half. They exploded after that. Shots 10-4 in favor of the Lakers. Geneseo, I was at that game. It was nasty, I tell you what. Except Oswego, they can't keep affording these ties, and they can't keep affording the cards. They had 3 yellow cards against Geneseo. Granted, it's been a tight contest between those two teams in the past years, but 12 fouls in that game as well. So you got to keep your composure. And as you mentioned, one of those fouls resulted in being in the back of the net for the Knights.
No, and they can't do that at all. Potsdam, they managed to stay out of the cards, but Potsdam Bears earned a red card, but Oswego, those yellow cards that hurt them, 3 for each team, 3 on Geneseo, 3 on Oswego. But moving over to the turf again, it was a tough week of play for Oswego State field hockey. The Lakers fought the Oneonta Red Dragons all the way into double overtime until the Dragons walked it off just minutes into the second overtime, sinking the Lakers by a score of 2-1. The Lakers then headed to Rochester looking for a rebound win against St. John Fisher, but the Cardinals downed the Lakers by a final score of 2-1 in regulation. Thomas, the canoe is going to have to stay in the boathouse as field hockey was unable to add to a week of wins for Oswego Athletics.
And it's a struggle, too. We go to that Oneonta game, as you see in the highlights there. They just couldn't get anything going in that second half. Bradley Boucher with the only light for the Lakers. 1 goal, 3 shots on net. I mean, at the end of the day, Oswego State just couldn't capitalize in this game. A 2-1 overtime loss, really heartbreaking for them. I mean, they weathered the storm in that second half, but I mean, Oneonta was able to capitalize in overtime. And then you move to St. John Fisher. I mean, this is a team where the Lakers have struggled against Fisher in past years. The Lakers were leading at the half. They had the leads. Literally, history pretty much repeated itself in 2 straight games. You take the lead at the beginning, and then you can't finish in the second half. St. John Fisher struck twice in the first 5 minutes of the second half, and that is not going to win you a contest, whether it be SUNYAC, whether it be non-conference, whether it be playoffs. It's just not going to happen scoring 1 goal a game.
You know, one thing that really hurt Oswego this weekend, especially against Oneonta, was those penalty corners. Oswego had 13 penalty corners and did not convert. Those penalty corners are so huge. They give you a great opportunity right in front of the goalie to try and get a shot off, try to make something happen. And Oswego just unable to do so. They weren't able to do so against St. John Fisher, so they got to get something working.
They got to get something going, but, well, that is going to do it for the past week. But coming up, we will turn the clocks and move to the week ahead for Oswego State Athletics. Don't change that channel. You're watching Laker Connections on WTOP-10.
Hi, I'm Megan.
And I'm Donna.
And this is the Sunset Show. Grab your low-rise jeans because we're taking it back to the 2000s. Let's go, girls. Uggs and low-rise jeans.
Together.
One of the boys. Boy.
Sorry, it's my agent. He told me that you're canceled.
Shebangy, shebangy, shebangy.
Welcome to the burial ground. The most must-see also in all of sports entertainment.
Welcome back to the Kind of Lake Show, where we talk about anything and everything going on in our lives and yours.
Well, my birthday was November 13th, so it's been quite some time.
I think at the end we saw him get up.
I did that.
It's a winner, and I did bring a sweater for everyone.
There you go! I know your dreams.
You started the paper throwing, just the immaturity. You lost before you even argued.
Pretty insane that the Clippers, 10 of the last 11 postseasons, they're in there.
Welcome back to Laker Connections here on WTOP-10. Thomas, was a pretty successful week for the Lakers, but it's about to be SUNYAC season for almost every Oswego team.
Absolutely. It's going to be busy, but you can start it off once again.
Without further ado, Bubba, let's see where Oswego State is sailing in the weekend. Back over to you.
All right. So I'm a mess. Let's roll with some women's soccer as the Lakers are playing rather consistent since dropping that loss to Cortland back in September. But coming up is a team they have not beaten in 6 straight in the Plattsburgh Cardinals. And after that, they come back home to take on the Buffalo State Bengals on Wednesday. Jared, history on both sides of a streak are up for grabs as Oswego is winning in 4 straight versus the Bengals. What gets flipped and what remains the same?
Right now, Bubba, it's really hard to say. Obviously, Plattsburgh, 6 losses for Oswego. Last 3, 6-1 all-time, 9-17-2. So this Oswego women's team has had a hard time flipping the bird, so to speak. Over in Buffalo, a little bit better, 24-12. 5-5 recently. The Bengals have been getting a little bit better every year, but Oswego 4 straight for the last 4 games. So it really could go either way. Looking at this year, Plattsburgh is 1-3-1 this year in conference. Buff State is 1-2-1, and Oswego is 2-1-1. So Oswego in a bit better position. You know, we have high hopes for this women's soccer team. Oswego third in the SUNYAC in goals for, average 2.56 per game. They're getting shots on net and they're going in.
They're definitely converting on their opportunities. But the thing is with Plattsburgh, they haven't won in Plattsburgh since 2012. They're 3-8-2 on the road all time against the Cardinals women's soccer program. That's not a good stat line because guess where they're going, Jared? They're going to Plattsburgh. They're not staying here at the Laker Turf. They're going up to North Country, right next to the Ronnie B for men's hockey, soon to be coming around. And they're 3-8-2 on the road all time. That's not a good record. Moving on to Buff State, they have 4-game win streak. The last game they played, it was 3-0 win, so a definitely dominant performance by the Lakers. But Buffalo State right now, they're also sitting at 6-3-2 overall, 1-2-1 in the conference. So a huge 3 points are on the line next Wednesday, and a huge 3 points are on the line this Saturday against the Cardinals.
And we are certainly in the time of year to talk about playoff season. If the Lakers can win these 2, they are in phenomenal shape for the SUNYAC playoffs this coming fall. But it's all SUNYAC here on out for men's soccer. The Lakers return to action at home on Saturday to face the rival Plattsburgh Cardinals in a midday matchup. They'll get a few days off before they're Buffalo-bound on Wednesday, kicking off against the Buffalo State Bengals at 4 p.m. These are some huge games for the Lakers' playoff hopes, Bubba, as these 3 teams battle for what could be the last SUNYAC playoff spot.
And this is where we also talk about how much those ties are crucial. We look at the game against Geneseo last night. That was a tie. That's not good. Play against Fredonia. That was a tie. They lost to Brockport. They lost to Cortland. The only team they've beaten is Potsdam, and Potsdam's not even the strongest team in the conference. So they need wins. They haven't won since 2008 in regulation against Plattsburgh. Otherwise, it's been in overtime. The last 10, they're 0-8-2. They need this win. The last time out was also a tie, so that doesn't help them even more. That's another 1 point compared to 3 to move up to the standings.
It's almost as bad as a loss. You're losing those 2 points. And for Oswego, a team that went to the SUNYAC championship last year, they could very well be out of the playoffs if they lose one of these games. They've got some really big games coming up. Men's soccer 33, 43, and 7 all time against Buff State, 3-7 in their last 10. And as you mentioned with Plattsburgh, 0-8-2 for their last 10. 7th in goals against average, 145. So they're doing pretty well defensively. But again, it's almost like the same issue we've seen a few times here. They need to get shots. They need goals now.
They definitely need goals now. A huge guy that was in that was Slayer Bush, and he had 2 goals in the 5-2 win against Buffalo State last year. But we're going to move to McZeel, where the volleyball team is now 1 win away from tying for 3rd place in the program's most consecutive wins column with 12 wins. But the opponents that stand in their way of climbing up the ranks are the Rochester squads in Brockport and Geneseo. This will be a tough ask for the Lakers as they are 8-67 all time against Brockport alone. Jared, the Toby Renz effect I still think is in play, but this is definitely their biggest challenge so far.
Absolutely. You know, you look at these 11 consecutive wins, and you know, it certainly wasn't easy sledding, but they've had a few softball opponents. Obviously, the Buffalo teams, a little bit of a down year for those volleyball programs, and Wells, a really small private college. You know, they're not going to have the best athletic programs, but they've got huge competition coming up in Brockport and Geneseo, and one of the players they're going to need to rely on there is McKenna Corbin against Wells. 26 assists, 5 aces, and 6 blocks. She has been outrageous stats-wise all year long. Against Fredonia, 25 assists, 2 blocks, 3 aces, 13 digs. She does almost everything but get kills, and she has been that big support role player for Oswego. But I feel like they got a better chance against Geneseo. They're 4-6 their last 10, 19-61 all-time. Geneseo is 6th, fighting for a playoff spot right now. They haven't played a lot of SUNYAC games. Oswego up in the top ranks in some of the SUNYAC standings, 10.79 kills per set and 2.85 service aces. That final stat, they lead the SUNYAC in.
Most definitely. And one of the things that caught my eye is one of the streaks will be broken between Brockport and Oswego. Will Oswego's consecutive win streak stay alive, or will Brockport's undefeated SUNYAC record so far at 3-0 get broken? So those two little tidbits that'll be interesting for the Brockport matchup. Geneseo, on the other hand, they haven't won on the road since 2015, and they've lost the last 5. So, like, volleyball-wise, I mean, Oswego needs to get these wins. Geneseo, they've struggled, as you mentioned. They haven't played a lot of conference games. They're 1-2 so far, so they need to come back just as well. But 6-8 so far in the overall play for the Knights. So that's a big deal for the Lakers.
You know, I feel like we've said the Toby Renza effect all night long, but this is the real test for Toby Renza's squad and that volleyball squad. They played well against the conference opponents they need to beat. They beat Plattsburgh and Potsdam last year in what was a down year right at the end of the season, but now Brockport, Geneseo, if they can beat these teams, I think this volleyball team could go really far. But that'll do it for the week ahead, but don't go anywhere as we've traded World in for this season's first Wheelhouse Wire. It's all hockey when we come back on Laker Connections.
The Kinda Late Show with Chloe and Anna. Like licorice, Twizzlers, absolutely nasty. The thought of turkey is just nauseating. I think you're wrong, is what I think. You think I'm wrong a lot of times. I do think you're wrong a lot.
Look at that, it's so sad.
Here's our weather outlets. Again, we're supposed to be on Saturday. And that's all.
Welcome back to Laker Connections on WTOP-10, and thank God when I say that it's finally time of the year where the Wheelhouse Wire is back, and we're going to talk about what is going on at the Deb. Jared, men's hockey, let her fly.
Well, we're now just over a week away from the preseason puck drop for the Oswego State Lakers men's hockey program against Stevenson. Head coach Ed Gosek had some big shoes to fill with the loss of Travis Broman and Steven Kozakowski, and this new recruiting class comes with a very high ceiling. 5 new forwards are coming to Oswego, with D1 St. Cloud State transfer Thomas Rocco a highlight. Drake Semrad is the lone D-man joining the team, hailing from the Richmond Generals, one of Broman's former junior teams. Freshman Tendi Calcio joins Oswego after a great season with the Flin Flon Bombers and an invite to the Toronto Maple Leafs development camp. We haven't played a game yet, Thomas, but this new class has Oswego State fans excited.
I completely agree, and you're completely missing the fact that not only did you get one Division I transfer, but you also have another in Daniel Colabufo with coming from Holy Cross in the Atlantic Hockey Division. Regardless of what you look at the recruiting class right there. Cal Shell, 6'3". He's pretty much, if anything, he reminds me exactly of Steven Kozakowski.
Almost a clone.
Exactly. 41 games played, 2.39 GAA and .923 save percentage with the Flin Flon Bombers of the SJHL. That's the most electric name I've ever heard of. But after that, you look, Brett Fudger coming in at 6'2". He's got some size. But then you also have your smaller guys, Cole Buffo, Connor Gato at 5'7". He also put in 71 points in 107 games with the Shreveport Mudbugs. Plug Richie Perrant right there because he played for the Mudbugs. Jacob Bradley in the back. I know you're flipping out about that in the null. But Drake Semrat also coming in. This is a guy where I kind of see a Ben Addison, a 5'7" defenseman. He had 15 goals, 18 assists, and 33 points with the Richmond Generals for the USPHL. And as you mentioned, Thomas Rocco coming in from St. Cloud State. That's a competitive division in the NCDC in Division I.
Very, very competitive team for St. Cloud State there. Thomas Rocco coming in from the Aberdeen Wings. 3 years with St. Cloud, played a lot of games there. Won the North American Hockey League championship with the Aberdeen Wings. 42 points, plus 30 on the year, and 9 playoff points. You want those players in playoff hockey. Oswego, unless something goes horrifically wrong, is going to be playing some kind of playoff hockey come next February and March. So that'll be interesting to see. Daniel Colabufo, he's coming home. He comes home from Holy Cross. He grew up in Camillus, New York. 22 points with the Maryland Black Bears in 2020-2021. 15 games played with Holy Cross.
Absolutely, but that's a big deal for Oswego. But we'll move to women's hockey, where Mark Digby and now new assistant coach Maddie Paul will be welcoming 6 new Lakers into the recruiting class of 2022. The class consists of 6 total players, including 4 forwards, 1 defenseman, and 1 goaltender. Of those 6, 2 are from Division I colleges and 1 from transfer at the Division III level. So, Jared, there's a lot definitely to talk about with this squad and when it comes to recruits and transfers and graduates leaving as well.
There's a whole lot of things going on here. Oswego lost some big defensive key players. They lost Ashlyn McAleer, the assistant, the A on the sweater, and they obviously lost Philomena Teggart, the captain, and Shine Kennedy, a defenseman. So 2 defensive players to fill in. They get Rhea Zemlak from Calgary, Alberta, a right-handed shooter. 5 points, 36 penalty minutes with Edge School Prep. 13 points in 2019 with Calgary Fire Red. So that's where you're going to fill the defense. And on the forwards ends, big transfer coming in. You have a D1 transfer in Megan Gates. But Kenzie Malone, a D3 player from Augsburg, from Minneapolis, 5'5" righty shooter. 24 points in 25 games last year for Augsburg, plus 9, a proven scorer at the D3 level. Shades of Megan Teachout in ways.
I totally agree with that. And you talk about the transfer from Augsburg University. 25 games played, 13 goals, 11 assists, and 24 points. This is a player where Oswego needs scoring. When we talked about it last year, they were really, really on the edge of losing some games like Buffalo State and Cortland and Morrisville, rather. I mean, you think about it, they only beat Buffalo State 1-0 and outshot them. I think it was somewhere along the lines of 59-12. So, I mean, she's another player to bring in. You got Kaylin Toddy and Megan Gates as well from Division I, Sacred Heart. And then you also add another goaltender in the mix, so it's definitely going to be interesting for the women's hockey team coming in to this season. So the Lakers have a big test in front of them for this year. So
interesting stuff with Lexi Levy, too. Interesting stat line. 7 games, 438 goals against, 902 save percentage. So making saves, maybe something not working there. She comes to Oswego. But I think that'll do it.
That will do it. That's going to do it for the Laker Wheelhouse Wire. When we come back, Mr. T sits down with us to scream for 5 minutes in Laker Showdown. We'll be right back on WTOP-10.
Only on WTOP.
DiCarlo on the rebound! Alex DiCarlo!
Yeah, it's been a wild game so far. A lot of high scoring, so definitely tighten it up and play out that full 60 minutes.
Welcome back to the best show on WTOP-10 out on our own Oswego.
Did you hear that Bad Bunny's going to be in Canada over spring break, you know?
I heard that one.
Drink cognac. The week.
Oh my God.
Roll it.
Kinda late, the kinda late show with Chloe and Anna. Like licorice, Twizzlers, absolutely nasty.
The thought of turkey is just nauseating.
I think you're wrong, is what I think.
You think I'm wrong a lot of time.
I do think you're wrong a lot.
Welcome back to Laker Connections. I'm your moderator, Tommy Tellerino, and it's now time for everyone's favorite segment, Laker Showdown. For those of you that don't know the rules, these two Laker sports enthusiasts will have around 30 seconds each to answer the 3 questions I'm going to ask them. Are you gentlemen ready?
Let's do it.
Let's fly. Let's get started. The Oswego State women's volleyball team extended their win streak to 11 games with a sweep over Wells College last night. They are now 15-6 on the year and have 3 more SUNYAC matchups on the season. Right now, they are 4-1 in the SUNYAC. With this team on a hot streak, how far can they go in the playoffs? I'll have Bubba start this one out.
All right, this is where I hate to burst the bubble on the tire pump of, 11 straight games now, but I think it's a semifinal. I really don't think it's a championship at this point.
No faith.
It's not the fact that that I don't have faith. It's the fact their opponents in their schedule, in their order right now, they've played the easy teams first, and the tough challenges ahead of them. Brockport lost the last 2. Jenny lost the last 5. New Paltz lost the last 13. Those are the tough teams, not Potsdam, not Fredonia, a team that was 1-11 coming into Magseal, and definitely not Plattsburgh, a team they rolled over to begin the matter. So Oneonta, is in that schedule, but they're 500 over the last 4 games against the Red Dragons, so it definitely is a tough challenge to ask for, and not even to mention
I want you to go home. I want you to go home after this and build a shrine to Toby Renz and start praying, because compared to where this team was last year, this is a different team. They're going to the championship match against Cortland. Brockport and New Paltz are going to be a challenge, but I'm feeling some magic. This team has played with cohesion that has not been seen in years, nay I say decades, for the Oswego State volleyball program. J.J. O'Connell, phenomenal coach. I think Toby Renz bringing volleyball into a new era.
I got to agree with Jared on this one. They're on a roll like they're in a canoe right now.
Oh, it's a boat! What do you mean? It's a boat!
They're on a roll right now.
It doesn't roll?
All right.
Doesn't
we'll go
roll?
To the next one. The field hockey team started out strong with a 4-0 record, but they have now fallen to 6-5 on the year, and they are 0-2 in the SUNYAC. This happened to them last year when they started out 4-0, but ended up 2-4 in the conference. Gentlemen, how can the field hockey team not repeat the same mistake this year? Jared, I'll have you start.
Well, this is not a bakery. You got to stop with the turnovers. This field hockey team, why aren't they shooting? Why are they having a hard time getting in the offensive zone? They're turning the ball over. It's hard to say if you've never been to a field hockey game. A lot of whistles. You can't interfere with other people's sticks. You can't really interfere with the play. It's very clean, as no contact as possible, but the Lakers got a lot of whistles against them in that Oneonta game. It cost them time in the offensive zone, and it put them on the defense and allowed Oneonta to walk right into Erica Shabline's kitchen and start making some pizza.
Pizza, no, but definitely not turnovers. It's shots. You need shots to score, and you need goals to win. And defense may cut it for a little bit, but at the end of the day, when you have 16 shots on goal in your last 4 losses, I'm not a big math guy, and I haven't taken a math class since freshman year, but that's only averaging 4 shots on goal, and that won't cut it. You can't score without shots on goal. The opportunities, they're averaging 14 shots on goal this season, but that was padded at the beginning of the year. They need shots.
I got to go with Bubba on this
one.
Shots on goal, that's all that matters.
It is.
Last year, the men's hockey team ended with an 18-7-1 record on the year and a loss in the SUNYAC championship to SUNY Geneseo.
Love the ding.
With the losses of key players such as Broman and Kozakowski, can this team win the same number of games from last year, or will they take a hit in the win column this year?
I'm going to go with no. I think it's definitely going to be under because they didn't play Utica last year. I think their schedule's a lot more competitive. 6 now, potentially 7. They've got Elmira, Hobart, Jenny times 2, Wilkes, and Utica. Maybe Adrian if they win, and Adrian wins here in Oswego at the Deb on New Year's Eve. A Christmas miracle came late, I guess. But you're not even including the hiccups that they had last year. Cortland games, the Fredonia games. It's ridiculous.
All right, listen. I'm not going to go crazy optimistic here. I think they end right around the same, somewhere in the 17, 18, 19 wins bracket. I'll look at the preseason, too. I think they'll win over Carleton Place and Stevenson. But in the SUNYAC, I think they'll sweep Plattsburgh. They'll sweep Potsdam. They'll certainly beat Buff State. Brockport, I think they're a little weaker this year. They'll definitely sweep Morrisville. I think Fredonia's a bit of a trap game this year. Jenny and Cortland will be tough. I still think they sweep Cortland. I think they have a better chance at Geneseo this year than last year. They're going to beat Wilkes at the Skidmore tournament. They're going to beat St. Aslam, and they'll probably win the Plattsburgh tournament. They make the SUNYAC championship and go to the NCAA tournament.
Well, yeah, the Potsdam tournament, because there's no one there. There's no one worth recognizing.
Okay, and they're going to win it. That's going to add to the win count.
All right. Jared, those are some bold claims. I got to go with
Come on.
It's legit.
That is a tough schedule.
Legit.
Oh, come on.
It's legit.
Come on.
That's not a come on. There's 7 of the 25.
They're going. You just said they're going to the Plattsburgh tournament and no one's there. That's 2
No one's there, but either way, I don't care, but that doesn't matter because thank you to our producer, Alex Brooks, director, Jacob Bradley. That's all the time we have for this week on Laker Connections. We'll see you next week for more constant screaming. Thank you very much. Good night.
And welcome to International Perspective, brought to you by WTOP and ISA. This week, we are celebrating International Education Week all over the United States. It's a celebration of the students that decided to come to America and pursue education here. With that being said, today we have 2 really great international students with us. Hello, Pranita and Gerald. How are you guys?
Hi everyone, I am Pranita. I am from Nepal. I'm a second semester sophomore majoring in computer science.
Hello, my name is Gerald. I'm an information science major. I'm a senior and originally I'm from Ghana.
Very nice. Thank you guys so much for introducing yourselves, and we're going to have a great conversation today and I'm really looking forward to it. But let's jump right into things. So tell me about the structure of your education system back in your home country.
So basically we have preschool, like elementary school, and then we have secondary school and higher secondary, and then we have so basically, unlike here where 9, 10, 11, 12, everything is high school, it's not like that back in Nepal. 7, 8, 9, 10 is high school, and then 11 and 12 is what we call college, and then university. So, but I guess I would call it junior college to make it more, different than just college here.
Yeah. And how about you, Gerald?
So basically it's like this crèche, there's like kindergarten, and like after kindergarten it's like basic education, that is from the 1st grade to the 6th grade. And from that we have junior high school. That's like there's 3 levels of junior high school. There's junior high school 1, we call it JHS for short, JHS 1, JHS 2, JHS 3, and then after JHS there's secondary school, which is high school in the U.S. And then after high school there is university, secondary school, and after secondary school is university or college, as we all say here. So that's about it.
Yeah, and based on what you heard from probably your friends that have gone to school here their whole lives, do you think that your system might be a little easier or better for students, or what's your take on that for you guys?
I think the system is kind of it's not easy. It kind of challenges you a lot because back home when I was in Ghana, when we did math, we kind of did the whole thing in general. We did not split it into parts, so we kind of did geometry, trig, algebra, everything in one. And then so it kind of when I came here, for me personally, when I came here, kind of gave me a bit of understanding about everything. So I was kind of able to work my way through, which kind of helped me out a little bit. But we do everything in general, and then when you go to secondary school or college and stuff, and you split it into what you want to do specifically with your major and stuff. Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah.
That is very similar to Nepal. Until high school, we don't really have, math, for example, algebra 1, algebra 2, pre-calculus. Everything is just math. And even for science, it's just general science. We don't differentiate for biology, chemistry, or anything like that. It's just general. And then afterwards, like I said, in junior college, that's where you choose your stream. So you either want to go to biology or physics or humanities.
Yeah, so I think that's really interesting that you guys were so focused on this the education that you were really pursuing. For you guys going into computer science and going to information science, do you guys feel prepared as like in that kind of not preschool, nursery school, but more like that middle school area and high school?
Yeah, I'm really like, I feel kind of prepared, especially with like the math track and like the science too, because like with that, I'm not kind of like, I'm hesitant, I'm very confident to go in it because like I've been through it, like I have basic knowledge of it, so it kind of like gets me a little like an upper hand basically with it. So I'm kind of like, yeah, I feel confident when I'm doing stuff like that.
Yeah.
Yes, even though I took biology though, and now here I am with computer science degree, it really wasn't that hard to transfer. I guess I think it's the way we study back in Nepal where everything is just theoretical and just learning like memorizing everything, so yeah.
All right, so let's move on to what high school was like for you guys. I remember high school, not the best time, but it was really fun and there was a lot to learn that I took away from it, just my personal experience. But I want to know about your personal experiences. Tell us about it.
For me, high school, I feel like high school, like growing up, like it was a very tight knit because most we started from like kindergarten, like we worked all the way up to like junior high school. So like the friendship wise was like the bond was very like tight knit because we literally grew up together with the same class. The only exception might be if like they move away from somewhere, like they relocate or something like that. There's always new students coming in, so it's kind of like a bond that we formed with my friends and that, and I'm still friends with them. So yeah, it was a good experience basically. Yeah.
That's so nice to see, like that tight knit community that you have. I went to a big high school, so it was a little different for me. But how about for you, Pranitha?
But yeah, my high school was also, we didn't really have a lot of students, and there was just one section with around like 25 students, and those 25 students we basically grew up together since like first grade, and they just hold a lot of memories. It was just like, and my school wasn't really that big as well, so it was like a family. Like the teachers knew what the students do and what their parents do, and it was like, and the students know what the teachers do and everything. So it was not just like education level wise, like there was deep relationship with them.
That's really nice to hear. I'm glad that you could share that all with us. But we're going to take a quick break. Stay tuned because you definitely want to hear more about Gerald and Pranitha after the break.
Say, President Stanley, whenever there's bad weather, who would you turn to?
I'd turn to Storm Team 10.
No, but you've got to say it like this. Storm Team 10. Say it with me. Storm Team 10.
Roll it. Jill told me it was Kitty from Glee. Yeah, what is it?
Al Roker.
Welcome back to ISA's Special International Perspective. we were having a really interesting conversation with Gerald and Pranita here. We talked a bit about the education structure, and now we're going to talk a little bit about uniforms. Tell me about the uniforms, guys, because I know that we have them in the United States, but only in certain schools, especially private ones. But I think for you guys, you have it a little differently, so let's talk about that. Pranita or Gerald, go ahead.
Oh, yeah. Except for preschool, from grade 1 all the way to grade 10, we always had uniforms, even at junior college. But I do know that in universities, some universities have uniform and some don't. But I think having uniform is so much better than waking up at like 7 a.m. and choose like, what do you want to wear? And our uniforms was not just the same like for every day. In my school, we had like a normal uniform, and then we had a PE uniform, basically physical education uniform. And then in winter, we had blazer, ties, tunic, frock, and so it was different.
Yeah, we kind of had like the same thing too. So basically, it was like the same thing. Like I think from what I remember, I think Monday, Wednesday, Fridays, we had like a white uniform, and then Tuesdays and Thursdays we had like a different uniform. We also had the PE stuff, the physical education too. We also had like a vest that we used to wear, which I kind of agree with Pranita. Like the uniforms was kind of like a good thing because we were not worried about like not rushing to like pick something out and stuff like that. We just had to be sorry, pick it out the closet and then wear it. So it was not like a big rush. So it was a good thing. It was a good time. It's a good time. Yeah.
That's great. I remember a little quick story. I wore uniforms at my little elementary school back in the city when I lived there for just a couple years. It was PS 36. It was really cool. We had a little bow tie, and I was like, oh, like so adorable. But when I moved up to like my town, it's called New City, New York. It's like 50 minutes from the city. We didn't have to wear any of that, like none of it, only in the private schools around town. So I was like, oh, that's so interesting. Like, but everybody wanted to wear the uniforms when they didn't have it. But when they were wearing the uniforms, they didn't want to wear it.
Oh, yeah.
It was so confusing.
Yeah.
I was like, okay, guys, make up your mind. But all right, so that's good to know your perspectives on the uniforms, guys. But let's talk now about the competitive exams at your schools. I know it's a big thing in South Asian countries. Tell me about that.
Yes. I believe what you're talking about is something after our board exam, which is basically the finals, and it's after junior college. So after you're done with your finals, now you're going to go to university. It's basically like after high school. And for universities, I personally was going to apply for a medical school, and for medical school, engineering schools, there's like a big exam for everyone trying to go to that field. And the university, because here you pick the university you want to go, but then there, the university is basically chosen for you according to your rank. So if you're like higher rank, you get better universities, I believe, like, you know, the ones that are most better, like around the nation, and then it just goes lower the rank.
I think back in Ghana too, we had like, so like for every grade that you want to progress, so if you want to progress to the first grade to the second grade, you had like end of term exams where everybody had to take it, and then you had to take that from the first grade to the sixth grade, and then with the junior high school too, like the first grade, the first level, second level, and the third level, it was like mock exams, but like to just like prepare us for like the state exams that was called BCE, which was like the nationwide exam that all the junior high schools were gonna take to place us into a secondary school. So that was that too. So it was like it was a bit challenging, but eventually, you know, we all had to prepare and take it. So that was something about.
Yeah, I mean, I hear the word exam and I'm automatically stressed, guys. How do you deal with that? That's a lot on your plate, especially as a young person. Yeah, talk us through that.
Even like adding up to Gerald's point, even when you change your school, like secondary school, we used to have like entrance examinations. I do not know if that's a thing here, but when I was in third grade, when I switched schools, I had an entrance exam for a third grader, and the questions were like based on your IQ. Some of the schools, well, my school had questions based on your IQ and basically just things, you know, like general knowledge.
Yeah, Yeah, how did you deal with that stress of exams?
I think we were kind of prepared for it because, like I said earlier, like the mock exams, like with junior high school, we used to take mock exams, and after the mock exams, like we used to get results, and like those results would determine like where we were gonna get placed in class. So we had 3 classes where we're split into 3 divisions. So like let's say like junior high school, the first level of junior high school, we had like sunflower. We had names for it. So basically, it was sunflower, Victoria, and Violet. So whoever, like the first 30 people like were placed in this class, the second 30 were placed in another class, and like just like that respectively. So we were like kind of prepared for it, like for the first and the first level and the second level, and then the third level we take the actual the board exam, the nationwide exam. So yeah.
All right. Well, tell me more about this teacher-student relationship that you might have had back in your home country. It's a little different here, I heard, from what we were talking about earlier. So tell us more about that.
Yeah, so I mean, back home, the teacher-student relationship was kind of a bit fear attached to it, because we revered our teachers like the absolute, we can't like go past them. The word is final, basically. But
so they like have that final say.
Yeah, they have that final say. Yeah, it was like a strict student-teacher relationship, and like I did have some teachers where like my parents knew them and like they were very calm with them, and they kind of like checked up on them, like my second parents like in the school, because they were always like checking up on me and making sure I'm okay, and like that was like my first point of contact that my parents needed something. So it was like that. There was always gonna be that teacher who was gonna be there for you, but at the end of the day, business is business. So like, I had to like stick to it. So you couldn't like beat around like the bush if something was to happen, basically. But yeah.
Yeah, for sure. How about you, Pranita?
Yes, I agree with Gerald. Discipline and respect it's a very big thing, and even like whenever in different classes, whenever a teacher like comes to the class, like everyone has to stand up and be like, "Good morning, teacher." Yeah. And after the class ends, you have to go and be like, "Thank you, teacher." And then even for bathroom breaks, also you can't eat food in class.
Exactly.
And even when you're going to the bathroom, you gotta ask permission. And sometimes in my school, they give you a card to show that you're not just bunking around. Like, I'm here just for my bathroom break.
Wow.
And there are also for water. It was a very strict back then, but later on they kind of got loose. But you couldn't drink water when the class is going on. You got to ask your teacher about that.
Wow, that's some interesting stuff there, guys. Thanks for sharing. We'll definitely continue this conversation after the break, so please stay tuned for more.
If you need to do something to feel okay to drive, you're not okay to drive. Don't drive buzzed.
Shine on that black. Look at the bling. Do we got a diamond tester on?
Yeah, that's getting bad. Yep.
10 out of 10 recommend on Yelp.
We're going to the playoffs.
I can't believe I missed that. Every time I'm buzzed, I spend too much time on my phone.
What? I should take your phone away.
No. I'll call for a ride.
Hey, why does my face look like that?
I'm playing with these new face filters.
Okay, you know what? Yep, that's mine.
I'm gonna need that back.
No.
Kevin.
Welcome back to ISA's special International Perspective. We have a lot to talk about here, and we're going to continue the conversation. So during the break, Pranitha and Gerald were telling me about houses back in their countries. So I want to hear about that right now. Tell me, Pranitha and Gerald.
So basically, we had 4 different colors, and they were named after mountains because Nepal is all about Himalayas and mountains. And for my school, the houses were named after the mountains, and there were students in those houses, and there were like competitions. Like we had, whether it was like intramural sport competition, art competition, like spelling bee competition, it would be like those houses going against each other. And then we used to have like best house of the year, and just different just something extra apart from just education, for just the extracurricular activities.
Yeah.
Yeah, that sounds fun. How about for you? What's
Same
that
thing.
experience?
Same thing. Like she said, like they use colors, but we use like flowers with like Victoria, violet, and then sunflower. So I was in Victoria first, and then we had a whole reshuffle with the classes, and then I got moved to violet. So basically, it was like we used to like have like sports stuff, like not even sports days, but like PE days. Like we used to like split up and then like play games. Like there's like a little rivalry going on between like the classes and stuff. Like we just used to like make fun of each other. Like, hey, our class is way better than you.
Yeah.
We beat you guys for soccer. We beat you guys at tennis and stuff like that. So like it was like a nice experience too. So at the end of the day, it was like we kind of like just bonded over that, and just like even though like we're rivals, at the end of the day we're still students, and we just like share the same experiences. So it was a nice thing.
Yeah. That reminds me of the classes in high school, freshmen, sophomores, juniors, seniors. We always had like it was fun, a nice day to just go against each other and like games outside. It was always a good time.
Yeah.
So that reminded me of it. Thanks for bringing me back to my high school days right now. But yeah, I mean, you just spoke about the extracurricular activities. Tell me about those. What did you do in Nepal, and what you've been doing here, I guess?
In Nepal, like every day we had one period for extracurricular activities. So it was art, music, pottery, dance. There was one for home science. It was basically cooking. And on Thursdays, the last 2 periods would be designated for club activities. But the clubs in Nepal, so in school, it wasn't just clubs like student run like we do it here. It was more teacher oriented. So like 2 or 3 teachers would run a class, and it would basically be about gardening, again, music, orchestra, basketball, or some kind of sports. But it's not just student run. It is like teacher who runs the entire club.
That's cool.
We had the same thing too, but ours was like I think Monday, Wednesday, Friday. It was something, but like we used to start class at 8 and then end at 4. So from 3 to 4 was core club activities, and like we used to that's when the clubs come out. We had the cadet, we had like the music club, we had the cultural club where they do dances and stuff. We had like the dancing club, and I was in the music club, so I used to like go and then go learn how to play the guitar, like learn how to play the piano and drums like that. So it was just like something like outside of school that kind of like not only like Pranitha said, not only education, but like just just to like get yourself involved around and like just like do stuff too and learn different stuff.
That's great.
Yeah.
I love that they emphasize extracurricular activities in your countries, because we had extracurricular activities after school, and I feel like that kind of threw it off because people would just go home after school. I'm heading home, going to the bus, So I like that they dedicated like time to being involved as a student, but also as like a citizen, a learner, person that is just interested in general about different aspects of their life. So that's really cool. What types of clubs though were you guys involved in? Like, were you seeing the art club a little bit? Like, what? I know you talked about soccer. Was that something?
The soccer was like more on the side, but the soccer was mostly like for like if you know like into like houses, like into schools. Like we used to like have a day where like we all like will partner with different schools and stuff, and then like just like have games and stuff like soccer, do track, or like do basketball and games and stuff like that. But that was like more like outside the school. But like in terms of like within the school, it was like the music club, which I said I was in. There was the cadet, which is like more like for like the soldier type of thing that went on, like soldier stuff. And there was also like the art club and the culture club. Culture club was like just you learn cultural dances. Like in Ghana, we had cultural dances where you learn how to play the drum, the cultural drums, and like also like the dances and stuff. So when there was like a program or something like that, they used to like perform and like just like showcase for like like the people.
Very nice.
Yeah.
And Pranita?
Unlike my sister, she took violin throughout high school. But for me, I had a different extracurricular activity every year. I think I first started with public speaking, and then there was gardening, and then there was music. There was like not orchestra, singing, choir, and then there was dance. And I remember on the last, I think I took Zumba, and I ended up like that. Never the same.
Well, guys, what's a fun event or activity you guys miss about studying in your countries?
Definitely annual day and sports day. So annual day is basically like an entire day where there are like performance from students, like maybe drama or orchestra, again choir, award ceremonies. But I feel like rather than these, and in sports day again like competitions and things like that, but not just the event itself, but the process of organizing that event. You know how people used to bunk classes to like just be like, oh yeah, I'm going for my dance practice, but to be honest, no one was dancing. Yeah, they were just bunking. But no, the teacher can't be like, oh, but you're bunking classes. No, like we're doing annual day practice. This is.
I love that you say bunking class. It's like skipping class for us.
Right. Yeah.
That's funny.
Yeah, we used to have like programs for like the inter sports, like the inter houses and stuff like that. We used to like there was this place in Ghana called like the Elwak National Sports Stadium. Like school used to just go there and then like we used to just rug it out with like rival schools and stuff. So we just play games and like just do sports activities and stuff. There was also like something within the school called, I think, it was like a thing where like people like the book vendors used to come to the school and like advertise their books and stuff. And we used to have like people read books, people like have a spelling bee competition, a talent show, or like just anything that would like just showcase like the students and like what they can do. So it was kind of a fun thing basically,
Yeah, and I know we don't have a lot of time left, but I want to hear one fun thing you like doing in America. Tell me right now, guys.
Definitely that everything is not time constrained. Like for example, at school, like there was a period designated for extracurricular, or if you want to go swimming, then the school would have to book a swimming pool here and other clubs. But here, like if I want to go swimming, like right after class, I can go swim. If I want to go for a run or something, like like everything is like I can make my own choices at any time, and it's not just I'm not dependent on someone else's time or period.
Yeah. Sure. I mean, for my fun memories that I like, it was probably just like the freedom to like just go like do stuff like. They had Sweatman Gym, that's indoor soccer. So like I don't have a specific time constraint where I need to do it. It's like when I'm done with my classes, it's here, I can go. There's nobody like stopping me. So it's like it's that kind of freedom, and also like Lee Hall, you can go swipe your car, play basketball, and do stuff. So it's like the freedom or like the independence that you kind of like it. Yeah.
Wonderful answers to all these questions, guys. Now it's your time to say hi to your family and friends back at home. So the floor is yours. Gerald, go first.
Yeah, I want to say shout out to my parents. Hello to my parents. My school, Crown Prince Academy. So the boys that graduated and everybody that graduated in 2016, the batch of 2016. Much love to y'all. Yeah.
Very nice. Pranita?
I would like to give a huge shout out to my parents, to my family, my sister, my brother, my grandma, my mom, dad, my friends, and my friends here as well, because all of these memories and all this experience is what makes, oh, that's such a cringy line, but I really mean it. Like all this experience really mean a lot to me.
Thank you, guys. I really appreciate this. I just want to ask, though, did you guys enjoy this time talking about your international education? Like, I want more things like this, and I hope we can get it. So. Yeah,
it's good. It's like very like nostalgia. So kind of makes me miss it. Like back then, it's like wow, talking about this really like nice and cool. So yeah, it's a good experience.
For sure, I love that. Same for you.
Of course, and. Like, back then you really wouldn't think much of it. It's like, oh yeah, I'm doing this, I'm doing that, going to that activity and stuff. And now, like, when it's gone, and now you just realize how special those memories were.
For sure.
It's a lot of good memories.
Yeah, there's a lot of good memories. You guys reminded me of mine. It's so nice to see like how your education is different, and then mine is different from yours both, and all of it. It's really cool to see that, and I learned so much as well. Like this being International Education Week, like there's so many activities for students to do, and I hope they all know about it at home, and for you guys to also try and attend those events that ISA is hosting, and there's just so much good stuff to go around. So, yeah, this is your week, guys. Enjoy it and celebrate it and do your thing. But yeah, thank you so much, Gerald and Pernita, for being a part of this very special show. It was amazing to talk to you both and learn so much about your educational backgrounds. Thank you all for watching at home. You, the viewers, are the reason why we have this show keep going, and it keeps going. So happy International Education Week to all of you. We will be back with International Journey on December 3rd, so please stay tuned for it. But until then, have a good night.
Welcome to Amateurs, the show where we embarrass ourselves to make the pros look even more professional and us like idiots. I'm Evan.
And I'm Emily, and today we're joined by the Oswego State Blasters Club.
You don't think they know where we are, right?
I don't think they'll find us.